So here's the deal. Regular Show just might be my favorite cartoon of all time. I mean, when they brought out Tyler the Creator and Childish Gambino for the episode Wrap It Up in the Crew, it blew my mind. Two artists that had me in the chokehold at the time, and it was just crazy to hear them both on an episode of Regular Show together. Anyways, I'm here to speak a little bit about the origins of this beautiful show and explain a little bit about how it came to be. But to do this, we must first begin with James Garland Quintel's background, or J.G. Quintel, who has always been into artsy things and even attended art classes as a child. And at this time, even if he didn't know it, he was drawing inspirations from shows such as The Simpsons, Beavis and Butthead, which really makes sense, Rocko's Modern Life, Ren and Stimpy, Futurama, and so on. However, it wouldn't be until his time attending Cal Arts, the California Institute of Art, responsible for this damn bean style, where JG would mold his personal style, and thank goodness it didn't look like that. It wasn't even until his third attempt that he would be accepted into Cal Arts either, previously attending College of the Sequoias and College of the Canyons prior. And luckily he was accepted, because without Cal Arts, Regular Show may have never existed. He went into this college with full confidence that he wanted to become an animator, though after finding out all the work involved, he then decided to focus more on storyboarding. Too much work? Does that sound familiar? Anyways, so what was the first bit of Regular Show lore? Well, it would come during a Cal Arts class game, where students would add words to a hat and randomly grab one out, and whatever word you received had to be the basis of a 48-hour animation project. And what did JG pull? Well, that word would be lollipop. Get what I'm getting at? Well, jolly good show if you do. So what animation would JG create based upon this word? Well, that would be The Naive Man from Lollyland, a story of a gentleman with a lollipop-shaped head from a strange land who ended up in a normal restaurant and tried to pay with lollipops. Now, does that sound familiar too? Because you know dang well that it should. Funny thing is, at the end of this short, the naive man enters a vehicle with his personal chauffeur inside. What was that chauffeur's name? It was Benson. Just a funny little Easter egg of unimportance. This little film ended up taking JG 8 months to make, so I wonder what he turned in within the first 48 hours for the project. Obviously, The Naive Man was an early origin for Pops and the first bit of Regular Show foreshadowing that was ever created. This film also won an award at the 2005 Nicktoons Film Festival. I just thought that was a little fun tidbit to add as well. During all of these student projects, JG also employed the help of his new friend and classmate, Sam Marin, who, if you didn't know, is the voice of Benson, Pops, and Muscle Man on the Regular Show. He also voiced characters during JG's student film era as well. And funnily enough, Sam would graduate as an animator and work for Disney before teaming up with JG for Regular Show. He would receive animation credits on Bolt, The Princess and the Frog, Tangled, and even Gravity Falls during the creation of Regular Show. Alright, now I'm getting far too ahead of myself. I want to talk more about the character origins. It was said that JG also had an idea for a student film that never came to be. However, a character was still crafted for said film, and the plot was outlined. The film was to be about a blue jay who escaped from a zoo. Now, if that doesn't ring a bell, I don't know what will. All hope wasn't lost for this character though, because even if he wasn't going to be used for the zoo film, JG was not about to let this character go, as he puts a lot of effort into making character designs, and he took a liking to this one, because it really reminded him of himself. So now, how would JG craft this little character into something, and even include another character that he had in mind for a different film that never was created either, about a little gumball machine? Easy. He would use them for an upcoming senior year school project. The name of that film was 2 a.m. in the p.m., which was a story about two gas station attendants dropping acid during a night shift on Halloween night. Well, one of the attendants unknowingly took it because the other one gave him candy laced with it. Anyways, the characters then started to feel the effects. And what happened when the effects kicked in, you might ask? Well, one turned into a gumball machine and the other a blue jay. Here, look at this. Yes, the earliest look of what would become Mordecai and Benson, and they even had their attitudes nailed at the time as well. One being pretty damn high-strung, and the other one being a relaxed slacker. These unnamed characters were voiced by JG as the Mordecai-looking character and Sam as the Benson-looking one, who voiced them also in Regular Show. The attendant characters themselves actually closely resemble both Sam and JG as well, so I'm sure that they were kind of the models for the film. Also, there's a line of gas stations called AM/PM, so I wonder if that played any role in the name for the film too? It could have, I guess. Ooh, and another thing, this little short film was also sent at a Spike and Mike's Festival of Animation. It was a festival for presenting short adult-themed animated films at places such as theaters or college campuses. And this is all I could find about what was said about 2 a.m. in the p.m. Now, this all took place around the early 2000s, from around 2002 to 2007-ish, if you're going to count the film festival entry. So how did the regular show actually come to be? Well, JG actually caught Cartoon Network's attention shortly after graduating from CalArts and began to work for them as an intern on a little show known as Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Have you ever heard of it? And this was just the beginning of his work there, as he would also go on to help assist shows such as Camp Lazlo, The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack, and even a little slight sliver of Adventure Time with a man named Pendleton Ward, the creator of Adventure Time himself, whom he met at CalArts. Now, mainly JG worked as a creative director, storyboarding, and writing for these projects. I mean, can we just say that CalArts was pumping out absolute legends around this time, because I'm now seeing that Alex Hirsch, the creator of Gravity Falls, also attended with these fellas too. I mean, this has got to be the most wild era of graduates ever. Now, graduation aside, I also forgot to mention that Rigby was also conceived during JG's time working at Flapjack. Rigby started as just a doodle on a post-it note, which sadly does not seem to be posted anywhere on the internet to view. Now, Skips was just a spur-of-the-moment idea because JG wanted a guru-type character meant to guide the other characters, and he said that Yetis were fun to draw. The others I'm not really so sure about, but I think Muscle Man was just supposed to be a larger-than-life character, and you know, it shows. Anyways, it was high time that JG created something for himself. And what would it be named? The Normal Show? No. Weird Show? Nah. Regular Show? Yes. These were all the real potential names, might I add. I mean, just imagine it being Weird Show. That's way too descriptive already. Now, there was never a better time to pitch a Regular Show pilot to Cartoon Network and even the world than during the Cartoon Institute. Conceived in 2008, a project created by the network to share a bunch of different cartoon shorts in hope of finding the next big show. Much like What a Cartoon that premiered quite some time prior to this with the same premise, bringing shows such as Dexter's Laboratory and the Powerpuff Girls, this concept would be perfect for JG. Thus, he got some old characters together, threw them in a cartoon, and called it Regular Show and then submitted it. Though, this whole Cartoon Institute thing started by Craig McCracken and Rob Renzetti never really panned out. However, two shows still did make it to the prime time from these shorts, these being Uncle Grandpa and, you guessed it, Regular Show. I guess they took a liking to these ones specifically. And it wouldn't even be until 2010 when Cartoon Network officially released these shorts on their own website, after trouble with some leaks. Specifically on May 7th is when they released these, a whole one day after the Regular Show pilot aired, and the rest is history. That's it. That's really the history behind it. Just a fun show loosely based on JG and his friends from real life. From a couple of college film projects and doodles to a wide, wacky world of Cartoon Network, JG really let his work grow like crazy, and thankfully so. Also, I don't think it's controversial when I say that Regular Show is one of the greatest cartoons of all time, so there you have it. Now, speaking of work, that's probably what I should be doing instead of slacking off. I need to get back to work. Bye-bye!